Rane, your reaction coming in on this Amravati murder, this gruesome murder of this chemist, which took place on 21st of June. The police has not given an official statement linking this murder to the support for Nupur Sharma by the victim, but they say that prima facie, this is what the circumstantial evidence is indicating.
See, we have to understand certain facts because I with the other BJP leaders have been following this case since the 21st of June, since this incident actually happened. You have to understand the area in where this incident the murder actually happened is a semi-sensitive area. I mean, there's a lot of anti-terrorist activities that happen around in that area, which the police knows about it. Once we spoke to the police, they gave us an answer that it was a robbery, which we were all amused and we were taken aback. Why are they trying to suppress the matter? Then we spoke to the concerned commissioner and we clearly told him that this is not a matter of robbery, and this is clearly understood. This is on the background of what happened in Udaipur. This is just the same incident what has happened here. But since the 21st, where the Mahavikas Aghadi was in power.
Mr. Rane, whether it is the Mahavikas Aghadi or the BJP, why did nobody raise any kind of a voice when y'all were in the know-how of the fact that this kind of a murder has taken place on the 21st? Because what is looking like now, any political party, whether it is the Shiv Sena, BJP, NCP, Congress, they were all busy in the government formation, and an incident like this, nobody raised a voice.
Just in case, just because it didn't come into the media eye, that doesn't mean that we haven't raised our voice. If you can ask the local police station or the commissioner of Amravati, he will clearly tell you that I myself, and including our MP, Mr. Anil Bonde, and all of us who have been regularly following this incident since the 21st of June. It is just come into the media glare right now. You please understand this. You can look at our phone records, you can look at the police records who have been following up or not. So this doesn't mean that we were busy in politics and we did not look at this matter. We were clearly following up this matter and we understood that time the government was the Mahavikas Aghadi government and they were clearly trying to suppress the matter, saying it's a matter of robbery.
And you know, you're not the first person saying this. Your colleague Ravi Rana was on the phone line with me earlier. He also said the same thing, that somewhere the local administration tried to brush this entire matter under the carpet and only registered a robbery case. How true is this allegation?
It is a fact, because that is the answer that has been given to me by the concerned commissioner also. One also has to understand that there are these terrorist organizations like the SIMI or the Popular Front of India and Raza Academy who have been very active during the tenure of the last government, which is the Mahavikas Aghadi government. It is not a political statement, but one has to understand that these are the facts, because in the last 1 year, where a lot of attacks have been happening on Hindus, there have been a lot of riots which have been orchestrated by these organizations, which have over and over proofs have been given to the last state government, which they never bothered to take any action against them, and they only encouraged them. So now it is a responsibility on us now, because we are in power now. So we clearly.
So what is since you have clearly taken power now, what is your plan of action? Of course, you will be happy that the NIA has taken over this particular case.
Yeah. See, of course we are happy, but we have to also understand we have to reach the roots. Even if this incident has happened now in Amravati, but until and unless we do not ban organizations like the Raza Academy or a Popular Front of India who encourage such kind of activities and boost these kind of activities. So we as the state government and along with the central government have to ensure that we have to reach the roots and stop these activities happening through these terrorist organizations. So that is what we plan to do in the coming days, which you will obviously see through our actions.
Well, they're still trying to establish whether there was a terror link or not, because from what I'm understanding from our police sources, and our reporters have been reporting this, is that this could perhaps also be revenge murder for the victim supporting Nupur Sharma, your suspended former BJP spokesperson.
But you have to understand this concerned area where this incident clearly happened, according to my information, which I also shared with the police, which they very well know, because the police has an intelligence department too. They know it is a semi-sensitive area. There's a lot of activities that happen in that particular area of Amravati. So obviously it is linked to the terror, which I'm sure the NIA will come out in the coming days. And until and unless we do not reach the roots and we do not ban such organizations who encourage such kind of activities, we will not get the right solutions.
No, and you're absolutely right, because these kind of gruesome murders cannot be tolerated under any circumstances. There are no ifs, no buts when it comes to whether it is beheading in Udaipur or whether it is this man being stabbed to death in Amravati as well. But as the Bharatiya Janata Party as well, what are you all now doing to put some sort of method to madness in terms of the kind of comments that end up being made by your spokesperson that creates a situation like this?
Party, as Bharatiya Janata Party, since day one, we've been absolutely very clear that we do not encourage any such kind of statements which have been given against anyone's religion or God or any religious beliefs. We are very clear about that, and the party has ideally suspended the concerned person also. We do not encourage, and through the party line, we are very clear about that. See, if it's a Muslim God, or if it's a Hindu God, if it's a Christian God, we have respect for all of them. You have to understand. But this is that just because it does not give anyone the license to go and kill anyone or go and behead anyone or go and murder anyone. You have to understand.
Oh yes,
through the years, through the time, we have always seen that there are in number of comments and below the belt comments made about Hindu gods, and Hindu community has always never taken such extreme steps. So we all have to understand, if one community is being so, sensible, everyone should be ideally sensible, to not encourage murders, no beheading and everything.
I don't think we should be targeting one particular community, given the fact that this clearly looks like a case of terror angle in it.
Exactly.
Now, there is jihadi terror is very different than targeting the entire community in the same light as well. I just want to clarify that, Mr. Rane, and I hope you're in agreement with me.
Obviously, I am. That is what I'm said. We are very clear that we do not want to harm or insult anyone's religious sentiments or anyone's God or their religious beliefs. But this is clearly an act of terrorist activities who take advantage of such kind of situations and encourage such terror activities.
Absolutely.
So that is why we are very clear, and I'm very confident that once the NI has taken over, and now we have a Hindutva following state government under the leadership of Mr. Eknath Shindeji and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and we are very sure we will control such kind of activities in the coming days.
I hope you do that for the sake of the entire humanity and not keeping any kind of community in mind, just for the sake of humanity, because these are gruesome murders. And I thank you and appreciate you joining us.